Hello, hello. I am here and I'm here on time, 4 p.m. Right on the dot, baby. Let's talk about it. Some wrestling gossip. You guys know I like to talk. What's coming on my head first? That is what I like to discuss. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, everyone. Again, this is Marquelworld, clearly. But we are going to do some gossip tonight, baby. First, let's gossip first and foremost. I like to be messy a little bit. That WWE 2K, baby, that almost made me reach my limit on my internet, honey. I got Comcast. And I just looked and I remember downloading it. It took a long time. That was like 110 gigabytes. These video games are getting out of hand, especially WWE 2K26, especially with all the bullshit with the My Island shit. That's probably why it's 100 gigabytes. It's almost bigger than fucking Grand Theft Auto. Just keeping it real. But let's talk some news about WWE 2K26 because this is what I am starting out with due to talking about it in my data. So yes, WWE 2K26. I do think it is a good game. I will say that. Oh, shock! I'm actually defending WWE, but it is a good game. I do like the gameplay. I'm still thinking about getting it on the Switch 2. I have a Switch 2, recently got it, been saving for that, and I already have it on the PlayStation 5, but I'm a little bit scared if it's going to be like 200 gigabytes on my Switch 2. But again, a lot of people are still pissed off about that, and the season pass, whatever you want to call it, battle pass that is milking the system and people's money. But let's talk about this. I do want to talk about Carmelo Hayes real fast. What a way for him to just get his title taken away from him, YouTube, and basically just give right away a title match to Trick Williams. Really didn't like it. Felt like he kind of got fucking played, if we're being honest. I mean, really, Trick Williams interferes. Well, he didn't interfere. He was just watching. He didn't really help his friend. But, well, they're not friends, Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes, storyline-wise. I know they may be friends in real life. But, very odd. Again, very odd situation. How as soon as Sami Zayn wins the title, he gets a WrestleMania match. But Carmelo Hayes, somebody that had the title for a while now, he didn't even get a fucking WrestleMania match. It's kind of weird. Like, oh, okay, so he won the title, and you guys are already booking him for WrestleMania. Yet y'all never even booked me for WrestleMania, and I've been the champ. So very weird and odd how that happened. Sami Zayn, again, I already spoke about this. It's the same old, same old. The WrestleMania season. Now he is winning a mid-card championship. We've seen this all before. This isn't nothing new, boo. We've all seen this before where he wins a mid-card title, gains his confidence, and we're supposed to be impressed. But let's talk about Steve McLean. What's his name? Steve McLean. Sorry, Steve McLean. What am I thinking? I don't even know who that is. TNA injury. So the main event, a lot of people were talking shit. TNA. I'm clapping for them because they're still doing their thing. They're still fighting. They're still putting decent shows. I will say I like the Elegance brand a lot. I like Maggie, and I do like Heather. Again, her name is Heather Reckless, but I do like both of those ladies. I do like Ash by Elegance. That's pretty a given, but I do like the other two ladies as well. But let's talk about this. There was an injury at the main event of what TNA Sacrifice, I think it was. Let me put them on the big screen. Very, very messy situation. Wishing him the best in the healing. I will say that. Wish him nothing but the best in the healing. But hold on. You know I like to put people on the big screen, honey. Again, this is the person that got fired, remember? Storyline wise, again, not in real life, but storyline wise, he got fired and then he got a title match. So really didn't make any sense. So I guess they were like, this really doesn't make sense. So I guess he got injured in real life because they said this storyline absolutely makes no sense. Not trying to be funny, but again, it really didn't make sense how he got a title shot after just getting his job back. You would have thought that it would have been a little bit of struggle for him to get his a title shot, especially after being fired from Feast or Fired. So, okay, let's put him on the big screen. Will say I do like Steve. He is a TNA guy. What I mean by TNA guy, he is someone that is known for just being in TNA. No shade, but it's the truth. We don't know him from we don't know him from WWE or AEW or even the Indies. We know him more from his time in TNA. That is his major claim to fame, is being in TNA. So again, he's a TNA guy. Kind of like Rosemary is a TNA girl. We don't really know much about her unless we see her on TNA. We never seen her really that much in WWE, only part of the crossover. We really don't see her. She's not part of AEW. The biggest platform she really was signed to is TNA. But here we go. He got injured. I don't know. It happened so fast. I thought it was kind of... I thought it was a spot. I'll be honest with you guys, YouTube. I'd like to be transparent. So I did think it was a spot when I saw it. I did see that the referee did get a lot of praise. She did get a lot of praise for doing her job. But I mean, she did help him. Again, I'm not hating that she's getting a lot of praise. I just think it's funny when we do all that. Like, oh my God, she did a good job. Oh my God, she saw that he was injured and she told Mike not to beat her. Oh my God, she did such a great job. Oh my God, let's post her everywhere. And it's kind of like, isn't that her damn job, is to be a referee? So again, I guess this is this new generation where we always have to praise people for doing the job. But because I just saw so much. I'm like, damn, what happened? Did someone die? Did someone have a heart attack and she helped them? But then I saw it, I'm like, okay, she did her job. But Mike Santana, good job with the referee, by the way. I do want to give her props, but still. Mike Santana and Steve, this main event, I mean, it ended with the injury. Don't know how they're going. Oh, I'm getting a headache now. That is the whatchamacallit. Don't get me, referee. I did tell you. I just said I'm giving you your props. I don't know what's going on. They said stop being mean. But I don't know how they're going to write this story in TNA this Thursday. Isn't this all pre-taped, some of this shit? Maybe it's pre-taped on Sunday or Monday, or Tuesday, beginning of the week, and then they have like a full day to edit. So I'm assuming maybe Monday or Tuesday they pre-tape. But Mike Santana, him being the champion, he's always trying to be the baby face. He's always trying to represent my people. That's always been his stitch. Him always being that baby face. Happy to be here. Representing my people. My people, they with me. I'm representing them. That's his whole scheme. So, again, we saw he felt sorry for him. He's even talking about it. How he feels sorry and how he is happy that the referee was able to intervene. So again, they would have to play this part of the storyline, especially with Mike being all supportive and emotional about the situation. So I don't know how they're going to write that into TNA. How basically before he wanted to beat his ass, but now he's like, oh my God, he's doing fine. I'm so glad. I'm so sorry this happened to him. So again, I don't know how they're going to make this a storyline with how Mike Santana is acting. But let's continue with an update. Alright, the takedown on SI has learned that after TNA officials evaluated McLean for a concussion, he was sent to the hospital for further tests. TNA President Carlos Silva told the takedown that McLean was not ultimately diagnosed with a concussion, and he's cleared all his tests and was released to go back to his hotel for the night. So that's good news. That's good news. Maybe he he got out of it. It knocked him the hell out that moment. I mean, that's what boxing is, doesn't it? Knock you off your feet for a second and then you get up after a while. So maybe that's what happened to him. It's not funny, I'm sorry. But some people were saying this was a real shot from Mike to Steve, that he gave him a good one and knocked him the hell out, and it's embarrassing that Steve fell. Yes, if you read stuff on X, they're the most negatives. They were saying that this was a direct shot from Mike and Steve fell and got knocked the hell out. So some people are laughing about this, which I feel that's not funny, because if it was you, you wouldn't be thinking it's funny. But I don't think that Mike Santana sabotage the match, because some people were saying he was sandbagging, basically sabotaging the match and doing shit that was not part of the match, such as that what was it, a clothesline? I don't know what knocked him out. I forgot what it was. It was something very simple. How are you, buddy, doing? Oh, I'm doing good, Anthony. How are you? We're talking wrestling gossip. How are you? Happy Sunday. But we do want to continue with some more gossip. Let's go with Taryn Terrel returning to TNA. TNA, we really don't talk about TNA this much, but TNA has a lot going on this weekend, clearly. She returned to TNA. Her, ODB, and Mickie James, they will be a team. And they will face the Elegant brand. She looked good to me. I will keep it real and give you my opinions. Okay, I'm trying to get a full picture of them, but it's not really letting me, because it's just happened, so there's not really a lot of photos. And the photos that I see are so blurry. I mean, I guess it's the only photo we really have, because everything's so blurry right now. And they're, bootleg photos, it looks like, basically. So let's put her on the big screen. Again, Taryn Terrel. I guess it would be a little hard. Okay, I guess it came right where I need it. So as we can tell, the first lady is Mickie James with the microphone. She looked fabulous, but again, since these photos are just recent, all of them are blurred, so you can't really see any facial recognition of who they are. Just the outfits alone give it away. So again, Mickie James with her fashion. I do like the cream color. A lot of people don't rock cream, so I do appreciate the cream vanilla wafer color. Again, not trying to be funny, but a lot of people don't rock cream, so that's why it stands out to me. And I do like Vanilla Crisp, so that's why I said it. But Taryn Terrel, she looks good. She's wearing not as revealing as her old attire would be. She would have the mini shorts, very short. This is still short to the point it's above her knees, but it's not as short as it used to be. So again, we've seen before how she was coming back, wrestled, and then she became a Christian, or I think it didn't align with her faith. And then she, the outfits, being raunchy, things like that. And then she quit, retired. So now she's back. As we see, I think this is going to be a medium with her. What I mean by this is she's going to be having some nice outfits that are a little revealing, show a little bit of skin, but she's not going to be showing as much skin as she used to. Which, again, she's at this point, she's a little bit older. I mean, that's natural. You don't really want to be wearing the stuff you used to wear, but, some people can still rock it. Not saying she can't, but like a Velvet Sky, if she returned, we all know she would still be rocking something very revealing, because that is, the sex appeal is her character, basically. And that was Taryn Terrell's character. Even though she was taken serious for wrestling as well, I don't want to put that as that's all she was known for. A lot of people only know her if they're a WWE fan, being Tiffany and being the ECW manager. But if you watch TNA, you would know that she had a career as Taryn Terrel, and the Gail Kim And Taryn Terrel, the last woman standing match, I remember it made a lot of waves when that first happened. It was very. Gail Kim has put a lot of people over. She's shown that she is the best female wrestler because, again, she put on good matches with Awesome Kong. She was able to make Taryn Terrel look like a star, and that's when she got the belt and looked more serious after her match with Gail Kim. So, again, welcome back, Taryn Terrel. ODB, I think this is her last year in wrestling, she said. So it's not a surprise that ODB would be part of TNA with her last year. Again, she's a TNA girl. What I mean by that, I just told you guys what a TNA person is. When their biggest claim to fame is TNA, that's what I call them. So again, Steve McMahon isn't his biggest claim to fame being part of TNA. Is it ODB, her biggest claim to fame is being part of TNA. Again, we don't Taryn Terrel. I mean, again, some people might know her as Tiffany in WWE, so people may know her from WWE. So again, Mickie James, clearly people know her from the Indies and WWE and TNA. So she's not a TNA girl. I mean, you could say she's one at heart, but that's not all people know her for. But ODB does look good as well. Her last year, I think it was, she stated, and she's still doing the little truck business. Oh, hey, how are you? Okay, and how do you like the TNA guy, the TNA girl, phrase? Because I like to make my own vocabulary. Kind of like the, I haven't used this in a while. Title chasers. Remember, I said that it's just someone that chases a title. It doesn't matter who's holding it. Mention used to be the United States women's title chaser, where all she would do is chase that belt. But I guess she's chasing the women's championship too. But I guess she got beat and joined Jade. But okay, this is a good segue to this. Jade and Rhea. A lot of people are saying they hate each other in real life. Again, people are still trying to see if this is real life tension between both ladies or if this is a work, their little Twitter feud. Some people are saying in the promos they do see some tension with the ladies, kind of like with Jade. I think at some point, oh, okay, I like this. I forgot I made this. This is cute. But, hey, I forgot I made this, so I might as well use it. But there was at some point when Jade, mentioned, said, you act like you go to SmackDown and run this show. And that's when Jade mumbled something. That's what she thinks. And a lot of people took that as, oh, that's real life heat. After Mention said, you think you run SmackDown, and then Jade whispered, that's what you think. A lot of people are saying, oh, that was off script. She said that. Again, I don't think that is something off script. I think that is just the way she talks. She's very kind of like Housewives, very shady. If you watch Real Housewives of Atlanta, Nene Leakes, Portia Williams, Kenya Moore, that's what she thinks, that's a little shade. So again, I don't think that's real life. I think that's just her talking like that in the storyline, basically being shady and commenting after Mention said that. So again, I don't think this is real life beef. I feel like this is my opinion, so please do not get mad. I feel like if Jade and WWE really invested this much money into Jade, I mean, they made her look like a superstar when she first joined the company, had us wondering what roster she would join. So that being said, they did put a lot of time and energy with her. Even her entrance, you can tell they put a lot of energy in that. That being said, I do feel like she should go over at WrestleMania. I don't want to see Rhea Ripley win. She already had her crowning moment when Charlotte Flair lost to her at WrestleMania. And again, this is the same Charlotte Flair that defeated Asuka to break her record, and that was basically her passing the torch to Rhea when she got defeated by Rhea. So again, Rhea doesn't have anything else to prove at this point. So, again, this is more Jade. She has something to prove. Is she a flop champion? Remember, she doesn't really defend the belt. Remember that? So, if she defends it at WrestleMania, lose it, was she really a flop champion? Because she couldn't really retain it at Mania when she had a real competitor that was threatening her reign. Just being real. So she should win again if they want her to look like a legit champ. Oh my God. Not the Lio Rush. Okay. Let me put him on the big screen. Let's put him on the big screen. Lord. Sorry, I'm gonna give you my opinion. Because you know what? This Lio Rush, he used to be fine as hell at one point. I used to like him a lot. I used to think he was nice looking. But now, he looking like a goblin. I don't know what this is. I know he was doing the little black heart stuff when he had the braids. And he had the black, stuff coming down his mouth. And the eyes looking all cynical. Now this, I guess they are amping it up a little bit. Well, I guess he's amping it up a little bit. They didn't tell him to shave his hair. So now he's bald. So again, I think I said this before. I think there's a lot going on with him that has changed so fast that it's just so much to take in. Again, he's always had hair. His whole career, basically. He's always had the blonde hair. He had my hairstyle, had braids. He had different hairstyles. So, just to see him bald, if he came as bald, but still a baby face, okay, we can get used to it. He's maturing. He's getting a little bit older. He's in his 30s. He's trying to get a more mature look. That's how we could have viewed it. As a heel going bald, okay, could have digged it. He's heel. More mature, I'm handsome. I don't even need no hair. Look at me, I'm still fine as hell. I would have digged that. Babyface or heel. So again, just him becoming bald would have been an adjustment already for me. But then him going bald and then getting gray eyes, red eyes, slob coming down him crawling. I'm like, what the hell is this? Oh, Lord Jesus Christ, what is this? I didn't even know it was him at first. I was like, what? I said, that looked like a goblin at this point. And I'm not even trying to be mean because, again, at some point, I thought he was fine. Now I'm looking at him. I'm like, what is this, E.T.? I mean, what is this? I wish him the best with it, even though the look is a lot for me. So I'm still wishing him the best. I still want him to shine. Now I've seen it a couple times. It still looks odd, but it's not as shock value anymore because it's been, over a week now. So I'm kind of getting used to the look. But I'm glad he's getting a lot of views. Allegedly, he's getting like 2 million views on his stuff. Really disappointing that AEW did not book him after this gimmick change. I do feel like Lio Rush is someone that's underrated. I do feel like he is someone that does not get his flowers. So I'm glad to see that he's getting a lot of mainstream attention. Again, it's getting mainstream attention because it's a lot of retweets on X and Instagram and TikTok, a lot of social media. Again, social media helps the current generation. So, again, he is going viral online. But, again, I don't know what this is going to lead to. Is this going to lead to a national championship? That would be cute. Right? Him winning the national championship. That would be cute. Alright, so... Sorry. Jane making Rio look like Marley Manson. I like Jay. She's really pretty, isn't she, though? I really like her. I always felt like she was a baddie. I loved her in AEW. Her with the green hair. I know she hasn't had it yet in WWE, but her with the gray hair. I'm sorry, the green hair is cute. She did have gray hair. That's why I said that. Kind of looking like Storm. Remember, she had that Storm look. But I do like her green hair look she had as well. I always felt like she was very pretty. She's a baddie. Red Velvet, Kiera Hogan, Layla Gray, I did like them. I would be like baddies. I would be cheering for them when she would come. A Storm is coming, and then her entrance, I'll be cheering like, okay, you better work, girl. So I do like her a lot, and I'm happy that she's shining in WWE. I mean, WWE did a great job with Jade and her package and the presentation of her, but at the same time, if she loses to Rhea, it is what it is. I mean, I guess she had a title reign, but when it came down to fighting someone that was a threat to her, she couldn't retain. I mean, I hope that's not her story. I mean, this is one of her biggest title defenses. For her to lose would suck. Really believe Rhea beating JW. Really believe Rhea's beating Jade. Oh no, how dare you? Ugh. WWE's doing Plan B. Oh, okay. So I think you're stating maybe at some point it was supposed to be Jade Cargill versus Bianca Belair at WrestleMania, but since Bianca Belair is still not cleared, maybe they're just like, we're over it, and we're just going to have Rhea Ripley go over. I'm just asking if that's what you meant. But yeah, I knew that eventually Rhea was going to be at WrestleMania. She's one of the top females. I can even say maybe the top the female on the roster, to be honest. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of her, but I am a fan of her. I will say this. I do like her. I feel like she's very good at wrestling. She's very pretty. She has her own look. I like how authentic she is. I like how she... looking different, paving the way for the next generation of women. So I do respect her and like her in terms of her as a wrestler, but I'm not just a big fan of her. Like, I'm not going to go on her Instagram and really scroll down all her pictures and like it. I'm not going to really see what she's trying to do on social media. Jade, I'll go on her page once a week to see what she's promoting. But, Rhea Ripley, I'm not really doing that. Again, I'm always more of a Liv Morgan person compared to Rhea. There's people that love Rhea Ripley. Then there's people that love Liv Morgan, and I'm more of a Liv Morgan person, if we're being honest. That's why when they always feud, I think there's even a video of me when she lost her title, Liv Morgan, to Rhea Ripley on Raw. On the Raw Netflix debut, you could see my live reaction. I was pissed because I like Liv Morgan more. Alright, so... you know where I'm not. I was going to talk about another thing, but it's just like I don't want to keep talking about the women. Not to be funny, but I don't want to keep talking about the women, because now there's a new thing where they're talking about a female wrestler returning to Raw, but I don't want to keep talking about just the women. I want to talk about the men a little bit too. So people don't just be like, this is not just a women's gossip page. So let's talk about some males again. Even though I love women's wrestling, but I do like talking about male and female wrestlers. Okay. Let's talk about this real fast. About Kyle Fletcher being injured. He did leave with a walking boot. They did say that recently, after collision, he walked with a walking boot, Kyle Fletcher. So they don't really know how long he may be out. This is a little... I don't know. It's not. I was going to say worrisome because WrestleMania is around the corner, but I forgot. That's WWE, clearly. So, let's put him on the big screen. Let me do this before I read this article. Let me put him on the big screen. Enough with, that's silly. I said I want to keep reading about women, even though I was just talking about Leo. But let's read this article real fast. I am starting to like Kyle Fletcher. Still a big Sammy Guevara fan. I'm not going to act like I still don't love Sammy Guevara. I kind of feel like they have the same structure, the same gimmick almost. They're both heels, both good-looking Caucasian men that know how to flip and fight. So again, if you can imagine Sammy Guevara being in this spot, I mean, TNT champion, wasn't Sammy the TNT champion? Couldn't we see Sammy being part of the Don Callis family, we could see that. Again, we already saw him with Chris Jericho. So again, they are kind of similar. Just Kyle Fletcher is what, 4 years or 3 years younger than Sami. That's the only difference between the two. TNT champion Kyle Fletcher reportedly exited Saturday's episode of AEW Collision in Cedar Rapids with the assistance of a walking boot. Fletcher and Mark Davis teamed up to take on Desmond Xavier and Zachary West. I don't really want to talk about that match. Let me give a big shout out to Myron Reed. He killed it. Yes, he killed it on AEW Collision. They gave him some solo shine. I do want to say Myron Reed did like his stuff in MLW. Very impressed when I saw him a couple times live. He impressed me. Again, I live in Michigan, so of course he does some Michigan, Chicago dates. Again, I go to Chicago sometimes. Again, I want to move there eventually. Still in the plans. Just want to check it out for a year at least. But I've seen him in AAW Pro in Chicago as well, Myron Reed. So, very impressed. He beat Johnny, whatever he's going with. Johnny Nitro, we know him as Morrison. Big win for Myron Reed. Getting back to the Kyle Fletcher, let me just talk about this. Give me my natural thoughts. Did not like Desmond Xavier taking the pin. Desmond, again, I did let you guys know he is always someone that is involved with the Rascalz. I keep telling you guys this, and I will keep on telling you guys this. Have we seen yet Zachary West and Myron Reed tag as 2-on-2? No, it's always either Desmond Xavier and Myron teaming, or it's Desmond Xavier and Zachary. It's never Zachary and Myron Reed teaming up together and Desmond is not part of the match. If so, it's going to be a trios match. Don't know what this is about. Again, I'm talking about the Rascalz real fast. I don't know if they plan on pushing Myron Reed as the solo star, and then they have these two be the main tag team of the Rascalz. Again, I did say I don't know if this is a good or bad thing, YouTube. I don't know if it's a good thing they keep having him wrestle with the tag team, the Rascalz, anytime they get a TV opportunity, because they see a solo star in Desmond. That's why they always want to make sure he's wrestling, is always having his wrestling energy being used. Or I don't know if they keep having him in the tag team because they feel like he would be a great tag team champion. They just didn't know with what Rascal he should be champion with. So again, I don't know with Myron Reed. They just didn't have any plans for him, and they just did not want him to be left out. So they finally gave him a shiny moment on AEW by letting him have a one-on-one. Or I don't know if they're going to go the trios way. So I'm very intrigued what they're going to do with the Rascalz. Again, Myron Reed being pushed solo, I'm okay with that. Him getting the TNT National TV Championship, I'm cool with that. Desmond Xavier getting a solo push, TNT or even AEW champion. I mean, he has the build for it. Not saying Myron can't be AEW champion. Again, I just don't know if they would book him. He's very fast. You know what? This is AEW. I mean, hell, he could be the AEW champion. They have had the smaller size high flyers be the champions. I mean, he's probably the same size almost as Kevin Knight. But, again, I don't know if they're going to book Desmond to be the solo champion and these two be Zachary and Myron be the tag champions. Again, I feel like they're going to go the MSK route maybe, which I'm hoping not, which is going to be Desmond and Zachary as a team. If you notice, they probably have the most chemistry because, again, the Rascalz, the Indies, they were doing stuff together. TNA, they were all a trio with Trey Miguel. Then they left TNA to go to WWE, and Trey Miguel stayed in TNA. But again, it was MSK because it was Zachary and Desmond, Nash Carter / Wes Lee. Then they got released both separate times, which was very unfortunate and still a mistake to this day. Now they teamed up in TNA a little bit. Now they're teaming up in AEW. So again, I don't know if this is something permanent. But let's get back to Kyle Fletcher. Sorry. I do like the Rascalz, and I do get off track when we speak of the Rascalz. I do like them a lot. Again, Michigan, and they're my age. That's why I support them. And they're African American. Not saying I only support African American, but, you know, I just love seeing another brother killing it. So I do like Myron Reed and Desmond. I like Zachary too, but I'm just so happy to see them on AEW getting their shine on. I just hope that Desmond becomes just a tag team star. I just know. But I don't want Myron Reed either to just be a tag team star. He was a great MLW middleweight champion. He proved he can go and be a solo star. And even in IWR, AEW Pro, seeing him live, he's always amazed me. So I don't want him to be just a tag team. I do want them to win the Trios Championship together. I will say this, I will feel bad for Trey Miguel when that happens. You know, him watching at home, let's be a real bitch. He's going to be happy for them, but he might feel away. Damn, that could have been me, you know, with them. So, But let me read the comments. I'm sorry. You know, as soon as I start talking about people I like, I don't even care. I just start the talking. So my apologies. Again, I'm a huge fan of the Rascalz. And let's talk about it since we're talking already. I like the gossip. The Private Party, I do like them too. I do like Isaiah Cassidy the most, but I do like his partner too. But they are talking about Private Party and the Rascalz. Some people on X saying they want to see that match. I don't know if I'm ready for that. I don't even know who I would even cheer for. Like I said on X, if they do that match, Private Party versus the Rascalz, they're gonna have to be some foolery at the end because I don't want to see either team lose. I also want to see the match though. It's like, okay, I do want to see that, but I also don't want to see it at the same time because I like both teams. So this is very AEW has a lot of tag teams. Like I'm actually excited for the tag team division. And I wonder what happened to that guy. Remember there used to be a guy that always said he hated AEW. And again, I haven't seen him in a while. Maybe, oh no, I hope all is well. I don't know if you guys remember him. But I guess I haven't seen him in a while. The person that said he hates AEW. Hope he's well. I'm just noticing because I'm talking about AEW and I haven't got a comment yet about how he hates AEW. So that's how I noticed he's not here. But it's been a minute. Maybe I've talked about AEW too much. He just says unsubscribe. But I really believe Rhea being Jade. Hope Fletcher will be ready for Dynasty April 12th. Yeah, let's get back to the article. I'm sorry. I'm just getting off track and I get really comfortable. It's Sunday. I ain't got nowhere to be really. It's my off day, so once I get to talking, I can't stop. But Fletcher and Mark Davis, team blase blase. While Davis continue to wrestle live, I don't like the nitty gritty. Let's get on to it. As of this writing, it is unconfirmed of what spot contributed to Fletcher's reported injury. The extent of the injury as well potential missed in-ring time is also unclear. So I saved myself 10 minutes by reading all the filler before they said that. We still don't know. So, speaking of, I guess allegedly Miss Nikki Bella got injured. What the hell did I miss? What? They said she had an ankle injury. From what? I saw the match myself. I watched it live and she seemed perfectly fine. I mean, they even had a backstage segment where her and her sister Bree were backstage with Alexa and Charlotte and then they were arguing. She didn't look injured to me. What? Okay. So everyone's getting injured, huh? Oh, that ain't good. If they supposed to fight for those women's tag team championship belts in 3 weeks, that is not good. And I'm not trying to be funny, but I don't know. Nikki's not as she's not as young as she used to be. And I ain't as young as I used to be either, boo. But I'm just saying, it may take her a little while to heal if this is true. So again, not throwing shade, just being real. And I'm sorry I have to say that because these days people will twist whatever you say and make it their own narrative. Like, I'm not calling her old. I'm just saying it may take her a while to heal. That's all I'm saying. But hopefully she does heal. Let's read this article. Again, I didn't see it. When did she get Is that why Brie Bella got the win? Was it supposed to be Nikki that got the pin, but it was this injury that caused Brie to get her shining moment? Don't tell me that. See, again, I can be messy though. Like, okay, is this why Brie Bella got the pin instead of Nikki? Oh, so Brie was even supposed to have her moment. It's like, no, see, let's not make it that though. But you know I can always twist things my damn self. But Diva Dirt. Oh, I haven't been on this site in a minute. I used to be on this every other day. Glad to see it's still around. Nikki Bella has reportedly suffered an ankle injury from the past week's SmackDown. According to PW Insider, for those who have asked about WWE Hall of Famer Nikki Bella after she went to the floor and didn't return during a brawl on SmackDown. Oh, I thought she was just selling it. Oh, girl, I thought she was just selling that attack. It's told that she suffered an ankle injury. The belief of those we spoke with is that the Bella rolled her left ankle during an exchange with Charlotte Flair. Again, I remember I was talking about that backstage thing. Again, I thought that was all part of the script, her acting injured or her acting, like she got knocked out for a second. I mean, sometimes you get attacked. It does wipe you off your feet. She was checked out backstage after the segment, but we have not heard about the severity of the issue. It was apparent that Nikki may have been injured as she was the only one not back in the ring for the post-match exchange. The Bella Twins did win the match with Brie pinning Alexa Bliss. Again, I thought she was fine because we saw her afterwards with the exchange that happened after the match. Because again, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss were mad at the Bella Twins since Lash Legend punched Alexa Bliss and Brie Bella was able to get the Divas Schoolgirl pin. Again, I'm saying the Diva Schoolgirl pin because, again, that was the Divas era where they kept winning. 1, 2, 3, Schoolgirl, Schoolgirl, Schoolgirl. Remember, the women's revolution started when it was the Bella Twins versus Emma and Paige, and they had a 1-minute match. But, yeah, again, Nikki Bella, when she returned with the backstage segment after the match, I wouldn't have thought that that little exchange was a legit injury, that it injured her for real. I mean, it was just a push. It wasn't like Charlotte Flair hit her with the chair or anything. She did push her hard, but I didn't really realize that this was something that actually injured her. But again, a lot of commotion going on at once, you may be able to twist your ankle. So that is something that's easily done. Oh, okay. Come on, AEW, sign Myron's wife, Killer Kelly. Has been a little odd that she hasn't signed yet, so maybe she hasn't got it offered. I don't know why she wouldn't want to sign with AEW, considering her husband's there. But yeah, a little odd that she isn't signed, I will agree. Oh, okay, so I didn't realize, I did realize they were Ring of Honor. Kind of like the inspirations. I don't know. I don't know if they're doing this to get people to watch the product, or I don't know if this is done due to them not having any plans for them. It could be either or. At this pace, I will need my nozzle spray because, again, I don't know if this is damn allergies, the sniffles. I do apologize. I do feel better, by the way. I never gave an update. Remember, I was sick a couple weeks ago. Now I feel better. So, yes, I'm doing well. I hope you guys are doing well, too. YouTube, please like and follow. I haven't said that yet. I always say this on every live that I'll start saying it more, but then I get so into it, I never say until 40 minutes within the video. So, again, if you watch the replay, please like and follow. And those that do, thank you, thank you. How are you? It's Sunday. We're talking about some wrestling gossip. So I guess Nikki and Kyle Fletcher are injured. So let's get some news about Chris Jericho, the most talked about person. Well, I guess the one that they hoping to be a free agent, but apparently he's still signed to AEW. Status with AEW. But we have a new report. Chris Jericho. 42. I saw 42. I'm about to say, damn, Chris Jericho, he's only 42 years old. But then I saw it said WrestleMania 42. Let me stop. But They have another article about him. Let me put him on the big screen. It's funny how people said they were tired of him, but now they want him in WWE. It kind of doesn't make sense. They say he's an old hag, taking up camera time in AEW, but then they want him in WWE even though he's an old hag. So it doesn't make sense. But then it also doesn't make sense for the AEW fans either. They call him an old hag, and then they don't want him to go to WWE. So it's like, what is it? And then when he's not being used, allegedly AEW is misusing him. So again, people will never be happy about Chris Jericho, but he is a legend that does deserve his Hall of Fame induction. I will say that I am a huge fan of him. When I think about him, the only thing I think about is me being 10 and playing SmackDown Here Comes the Pain, and him wearing that purple or green tights. Again, he used to wear tights at some points, right? Not always the wrestling. I don't want to call it underwear, but not always the briefs. He used to wear tights. I thought it was purple or green. So he's been doing this for a while, and I've known him since SmackDown Here Comes the Pain from the early 2000s. He still looks good till this day. So whatever he decides, again, I would watch him wrestle. I still think he looks good. So and I do like that he's still wrestling. I like that people are still wrestling in their 50s, showing that that's just an age, it's a blessing to get older. So I don't like to call people old. But let's talk about this. I'm on Firefox. I didn't realize Firefox will let me use my ChatGPT on the side as well. I do like to ask ChatGPT now sometimes just for some kicks and giggles when we're here on live. But let's read this article. Heavy.com, the latest for Jericho news could be forecasting his return for WWE at WrestleMania 42. Jericho has been one of the hottest names in the market since his AEW contract was announced to end in early 2026. Injury time has been added to prolong. See, again, all this filler shit. Get on with it. An interesting new update via Fightful saw Jericho securing the legal copyright to the Cornerstone for wrestling purposes. First, Jericho has filed an application to trademark a new term for wrestling-related purposes. Fightful reports that the AEW star filed an application to trademark the term Cornerstone. The filing was on March 25th. The description for the mark lists both merchandise and wrestling-related content. Jericho has made history out of coming up with new gimmicks and concepts for his character. Logic would dictate that Jericho is planning to call himself the Cornerstone as his new character for either a WWE or AEW return. Jericho's trademark was filed with the intent to sell merchandise and utilize the moniker as his own under full legal rights. Good news for Chris Jericho's WWE return. Wrestling fans are trying to find out if the Cornerstone trademark will lead to Jericho needing a new gimmick for his WWE return or if he's sticking it out with AEW. Jericho was booed consistently by AEW fans in the final year of his run, with the fan basing growing quite sick of him. Didn't I just say that too, that they were saying that they were sick of him, and now they're saying that he'll be stupid for going to WWE, yet they were trashing him, the AEW fans, some of them. But okay. The smart money would be on Jericho and AEW both realizing it's starting to part ways after he did all he could do in the early years. WWE could easily use Jericho's return playing a cornerstone of the wrestling industry since he's one of the last active stars from the Attitude Era. So clearly whoever wrote this wants him to be part of WWE, clearly. Fans will be ecstatic to see a legend like Jericho returning under any context, so this would easily allow him to play into his history and undisputed legend. Bad news for Chris Jericho's WWE return. Now they have this. Some fans are taking the news as more a sign that Jericho is looking more to return to AEW. Tony Khan developed a close relationship with Jericho and unofficially made him one of the locker room leaders for many years. The Cornerstone name could easily be applied to AEW since Jericho was one of the company's first cornerstone pieces. Oh, Lord. I didn't think about that. That's a good observation. Cornerstone. He was one of the cornerstone. Jericho was the first ever AEW champion, the biggest name who helped the company get established as a new wrestling brand. One could argue that the nickname is better signed for AEW return, but it also could make sense for WWE in the broader term. Jericho's next move will only be confirmed. Notice how on this one, bad news for WWE, he didn't say it would be good if he returned to AEW again, because this person clearly wants him to go back to WWE. But Again, I thought journalism, you're not supposed to be biased. That's why I'm saying that. So clearly, that's very biased. They want him back in WWE. But let's talk about something else. So let me ask ChatGPT to give me reasons why Jade Cargo, since I'm paying this monthly fee, I'm about to start using it in my videos just to be talking some scenarios. So let's do. Damn it. Oh my gosh. It's like having all my old chats from like years ago. Oh no, it doesn't really have. Oh, sorry. I don't know what's going on. I don't know because ChatGPT looks different on the iPhone compared to my MacBook. Because right now I'm on Firefox and there were some chats that I didn't see on my iPhone, so I thought it was gone. But now I'm scrolling down and I'm seeing it now on my computer. So there's a lot of chats that I thought I lost, but clearly the iPhone just displays your most recent one. So I guess that's something new. I have to learn how to find older chats. A new thing to do. But let's do this real fast. Glad to see my chats weren't lost afterwards. Why should Jade Cargo retain at WrestleMania 42? Will it make WWE get their investment back? Can she still look strong after losing to Rhea? And let's see what it says. Speaking of bias, I know I'm biased. Clearly, I want Jay to win. But I do like to use this sometimes just to get thoughts. Again, I am paying this premium, so I'm going to use it for kicks and giggles. Sometimes I compare people's careers. Sometimes I say, what would happen if this would have happened? Like, it goes nitty gritty. That's why I like ChatGPT. I don't like these little limits. You meet your limit, you can't chat no more because I'd be getting into it. So, no, I don't need no damn limit. Should Jade Cargo retain at WrestleMania 42? Yes. If WWE is still building her as a long-term star, Jade is still pretty new in WWE. Signed in 2023, champion 2025. If she retains, it tells the audience that this is our next big woman. She still not just look as she's the champion. She is fully committed to her push, especially since they already presented her as dominant. Standing tall over Rhea in segment recently, that kind of booking usually leads to a title change at Mania. Oh no! I knew it. At least she can be real. Because I'm like, why is Jade always looking so dominant? No, if WWE wants credibility over production, here's the reality. Rhea Ripley is already proven, over with fans, big match reliable. She earned this match by winning the chamber. If Jade beats someone like Rhea too early, it can feel forced. Fans not fully buy it. It could hurt match quality perception. People always question Jade's in-ring level, so a loss could actually help Jade long term. Oh Lord. Okay, I don't like her no more. Let's continue. More on that below. Will Jade return and help WWE get their investment back? Short answer, not automatically. WWE didn't sign Jade just to win matches. They signed her because her looks, presence, star potential. A return on investment comes from merch, mainstream appeal, media crossover, fan connection. Right now, the feud with Rhea is already creating buzz, even with blurred real tension, quotations. WWE is clearly using her to generate attention. So, retaining keeps her aura, X, but losing equals failure. WWE gets their money back. Alright, so I don't know if I want to keep reading this. Hey Melissa, how are you? I'm good. Right now I'm reading some stuff from ChatGPT about Jade Cargo and if she should retain. I'm just asking some silly questions and just reading because again, I paid for it so I'm trying to get the most out of my money. But how are you? How are you? It is Sunday. How is the weather where you're at? I know it's probably hot. I think you're in Florida, right? It's in the 40s, upper 40s slash 50s here. Can Jade still look strong if loses to Rhea? Yes, and honestly, this might be her best outcome. It depends on how she loses. If she loses clean but competitive, she looks legit. Fans respect her more. She gains credibility. Oh, hey, I didn't think about it like that. Now I'm not too mad at her. So she basically saying if she puts on a good fight with Rhea, and Rhea basically, they shake hands at the end, or Jay say you got the best of me, it will make her look more relatable and more respected. Okay, I can see that. If she loses with story protection, interference, injury angle, distraction, she can still come out looking like a monster. What WWE has to avoid? Squash loss, awkward match, clear skill gap exposed. Oh, damn. They're trying to say that Jade is so bad that she really don't need to retain, and it will be bad if Jade shows how green she is. Oh, damn. Oh goodness, stop. My honest booking take, this is the T. If I'm WWE, I'll have Rhea Ripley win at WrestleMania 42. Girl, fuck you. Why? Rhea is already established as that girl. She just won the Elimination Chamber to get here. Fans trust her in big matches, and Jay losing actually helps her more right now. Final verdict. Should Jade retain? Only if WWE wants to go all in on her immediately. Will it guarantee ROI? No, star power matters more than wins. Can she lose and still look strong? Yes. Okay, so I will say I kind of liked her opinion. But I still disagree. I mean, yeah, hey, I still think that Jay should win instead of losing. It would look goofy, but that's just me. Oh no, well, I hope you can go in the pool. Do you have one? Or do you have one that you're near? But let's look at something. I'm trying to see how many followers she has. Oh, and she has 389,000 on XJ. She's doing pretty good. I mean, she just joined the wrestling business like what, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, six? No, when she joined AEW. Oh, 2020. Okay, 6 years ago. I mean, that's good though. Oh, she has 1.7 million on Instagram. Oh yeah, I forgot. People use Instagram more than they. Oh god, girl, yes. Oh, she's serving. I'm sorry. See, I'm a huge fan of her. She looking fab. Mmm. Sorry. Oh, she looking good. Oh Lord, I wasn't ready for this. I love her look. Huge fan, clearly. Hey, how are you? Ooh, you coming in hot. You coming in hot, Frank. I was just reading, we read some news earlier. I was just reading the chat GBT since I do pay for this premium. I'm just trying to use it as asking scenarios and questions. So, per ChatGPT, she said that Rhea should go over because it will make Jade look like a credible competitor. But a lot of fans may be mad if Rhea loses, and if they make Jade retain, that would mean that they are trying to push her immediately. Now, I always wanted Jade to retain, but ChatGPT, again, what did ChatGPT say? Her overview. My honest booking opinion, if I'm WWE, I'll have Rhea Ripley win at WrestleMania 42. Why? Rhea is already established as that girl. She just won the Elimination Chamber to get there. Fans trust her in big matches, and Jay losing actually helps her more right now. Gives her something to chase. Builds sympathy / growth. Okay, it would build a little bit growth. Lets her improve without pressuring of being champion. Final verdict, should Jaden retain? Only if WWE wants to go all in on her immediately. Can she look and still look strong? Yes, and it might be the smarter move. Long term, she could lose by a distraction. Okay, maybe one of the baddies can interfere and make her lose her title by accident. Okay, I know you're a huge fan of Roman Reigns, so let's put him on the screen. And I love that you're a huge fan of his. So again, I'm just saying that. We all know you love Roman Reigns, so let me put him on there. And that is... Oh, he's really handsome, but... I'm trying to, it's like, I hate when, like, shit is, like, new. Like, then they don't even have, like, photos of it. You know? Like, they'll have, like, Instagram photos, but I can't save an Instagram photo on my laptop. I would have to get an actual photo. I would have to snippet the photo. And I don't want to do that. Like, they should have, like, a photo of him. I still can't find a photo of him from there. Like the one from when he was a champion I could find. Okay, this is the closest thing. Roman Reigns is showing that he's still that guy. He still has that power. I mean, for him to be on Jimmy Kimmel, a lot of people are not getting that phone call. Yeah, some people are going on the Sherry Shepherd show, but a lot of people aren't getting invited to go to Jimmy Kimmel. Very handsome. This is what he looked like. So this was a lot of shade that he threw. He threw a lot of shade, and I love it. No, I love it. If the movie thing don't work for him, he could, after his WWE career, maybe reality TV could be his next venture. It doesn't have to be like nothing dramatic or no bad reality show, but maybe a reality show about his life afterwards. You know, it seems like he has... I know... I mean, I don't even think this is a script. This would have to be something that he made up in his mind or something that he made up, you know. So he did say this. You're probably confused why I'm here and you're at home. It's because I'm a way bigger star than you. So again, this does show a lot of people do not get invited to Jimmy Kimmel. I mean, yes, CM Punk, he's huge in WWE. Yeah, but is Jimmy Kimmel caring about his CM Punk? Again, I think he was in a movie recently with The Rock a couple years ago. What is it? Where they were in their little Hawaiian skirts dancing in their little, dance. What was that movie? So he has been in movies, Roman Reigns, compared to a Philip, whose real name, who is CM Punk. So again, star power, he's still showing he has the connects. Again, even though he's not part of WWE that much anymore, he's not on a regular full-time basis, but he still left a huge impression and is still a huge star that people still want to, be associated with him. Again, he could have fell off. Some people could have been like, okay, you know what, you're not really part of WWE that much. We really don't want you. You don't really bring value to our show, but we see that is not the truth. He's still doing big things in Hollywood, and he still has name recognition. So this, bringing him on the Jimmy Kimmel show is why I do like Stars. I always thought WWE was going to be like a Disney Channel. And what I mean by that is Disney Channel, what they like to do. Seriously, they always like to create stars. They start them off with Disney Channel, but they eventually make them a star. Kind of like Hilary Duff. She started as Lizzie McGuire, but then she became a star and became a known actress. Kind of like, I wouldn't say Raven Simone because she was already popular before That's So Raven. Kind of like a Hannah Montana, Miley Cyrus. They made Hannah Montana a star. And then afterwards, since she was such a huge star in Disney, she was able to become a star outside of it. So, it's kind of odd that WWE doesn't really promote their people as much to be stars, kind of like a Roman Reigns. I mean, he was able to do it and break that barrier where, he's someone that's able to do Hollywood and be a WWE wrestler. But WWE really isn't helping their wrestlers become stars afterwards. I mean, yeah, they have some guest appearances here and there on TV shows while they're active, like a Liv Morgan, but again, it won't mean anything if she gets released tomorrow. She's still going to be a huge star because, again, they don't make them stars outside of WWE. So, again, I do like this little touch to the feud that we're seeing mainstream shows be involved in this feud. Again, I wish they would make more stars out of their wrestlers. Again, at one point we had WWE Studios, which I thought maybe they were going to try to do that with the Marine movies, try to make them stars within WWE movies, and then they become stars in Hollywood after their WWE career. But again, they had the WWE music. Remember, they had Trish Stratus, Stacy, John Cena, all of them making music, and WWE released an album. Again, I thought that's what the whole, Stephanie McMahon, she always said she wanted people to be stars outside of WWE. Again, why don't they have a record studio where they're making, letting... why aren't they having a record, label where they're letting their stars, make music while they're wrestlers, and then also promote their music, part of their gimmick, or, during commercial break, you show their music video. Why aren't they, making WWE movies no more, where they're making these movies that come on streaming? Again, I thought that's what the WWE Network was going to do, where they were going to have the reality shows, kind of like Mick Foley and his daughter. Remember, they kind of made her a little star, because remember, we liked that reality show, and we saw her on there, Noah, that she started doing stuff in wrestling, like interviewing stuff, because we saw her on the WWE Network, and we liked what we saw from the reality show. So I thought that's what they were going to do. Total Divas. Make reality stars on the WWE Network. Make movies, put it on the WWE Network. I felt like the WWE Network was their biggest mistake getting rid of it. Because, again, it would have helped make a lot of stars. I mean, again, they could have had reality shows. They could have had movies that they put on the network, so it would have been so... A lot of people would have had access to it, to the point when they do try to become actors outside the WWE, it wouldn't be foreign, since they already are part of all these movies, part of WWE already. But Roman, he made it happen. Really not a lot of these people that make it out of WWE as a star. We really have The Rock. That was one of the major first one. Sorry, again, I may need the nasal spray. But he was the one that kind of paved the way to break out of WWE. There's a career outside of it if you still want to be a star. Again, when you're in WWE, you're a star, but then when you release or you retire, it stops. But Then we had John Cena, of course. He made it because he was such a big star in WWE in his push that people followed his career outside of WWE again because of his mega push. Then we have Roman Reigns again. Some people called him the new Cena. He was the 2010 era. John Cena was like the early 2000, early 2010s. Roman Reigns was like the early 2010s, mid 2010s, and the early 2020s. He was like the big mega push star. Now we can say the mid 2020s, it is now Cody Rhodes that they're trying to make the new star, or a Jey Uso where they're trying to make him the new star of the Samoan family. Now that Roman Reigns is transitioning, to Hollywood sooner than later when he fully retires from wrestling. So again, Batista, I think he was someone else that was able to make it. I mean, I do see him on Netflix a lot. I'd be like, okay, so he's making it. Stone Cold Steve Austin, he tried, but he really didn't have that much, success in Hollywood as Batista or a John Cena. Big Show, he tried. He had that little TV show on Netflix. That didn't really go anywhere. I did watch it because, I try to support these people outside WWE. But again, it was a funny comedy show on Netflix. I thought it was cute. And it really felt like the Big Show can actually act. So it was very sad when it got canceled after one season. But he tried. Roman and The Rock are stars even if they're not in WWE. Yeah, I agree. No arguments here. Jey Uso will be the new tribal chief in 2026. Maybe. Because I don't believe anymore that it's going to be Solo. Sorry. I don't see it no more. I saw it. But the way that they're pushing him and this little group that he has, it's... Who cares? I'm not trying to be rude, just being blunt. Who cares? Him and his little group, I mean, his two little cousins don't look like a threat. Solo looked like a threat, and I really had a lot of hopes for him. He's the younger brother of the Usos, so I really wanted him to shine. I really wanted him to be the next Uso that has another 10 years here as a big... main star. Again, he's different from his brothers. I mean, his brothers, they weren't always the biggest people. Let's be real. Jimmy Uso and Jey Uso weren't always the biggest people. Yeah, they have a lot of muscle now and they're in their 40s now, but let's be real, when they were in their late 20s, when we first saw them, or their mid 20s, or in their early 30s, in their 30s, they weren't really the muscles. We would say maybe their late 30s, they started building muscles, 37, 38, 39, 40 now, but they were, never like a Solo so big from the jump, kind of like Roman Reigns. When we saw him, he already was the Roman Reigns built. I mean, I will say this, I'm throwing a little shade. I think Melissa misses Roman Reigns when he was in NXT. Wasn't he wearing briefs back then? Wasn't he in his underwear? I know Melissa would love to see him now wearing that with his body that he got in 2026. Let's just be real. A lot of people would. But remember, he was wearing... Let me stop. I'm not making this up. Let me not throw shade at me making it up. I know Melissa would want to see this, though. Especially how he looks now. She would have... Oh, I would have to call the police. But this used to be what he used to wear before he made it on the main roster. And I'll be seeing people online talk about this too, how they want him to go back to his old gear. I think he was doing that to pay tribute to The Rock. That's why he was wearing this at first. But I think after a while he became his own. And But a lot of people say they miss this. But again, this is how we first saw him. Again, I know Melissa would want to see him wearing that now these days. A lot of people would want to see him. But yeah, so remember, this is what he used to look like when we first saw him. I'm just trying to show you, he always had the muscles, so we never saw the Usos like this. They were tiny when we first saw them. I mean, at some point, wasn't Tamina supposed to be their security? Just saying, didn't they debut together, all three of them? I still remember that shit like that was yesterday. That's a little scary. How long ago was that? When Tamina and the Usos make their debut. I remember this like this was yesterday. This is scary. The Usos made their WWE television debut on the May 24th, 2010 episode on Raw. I remember her with her brown little dress, I think, or she used to wear that back in the day with her little headband. And I remember them with their Samoan stuff. 2010. So 11, 12. So here they are. I can't even tell them apart. In this photo, I think this is Jey Uso who's on the left. I like Roman Reigns, so I was happy he got the upper hand. I really do. I like him. Mm. So here they were when they made their debut, the Usos. Trying to see who was who. Can't really see the other guy's face. You know what? I think that's Jey Uso. Now that I'm looking really close, I think that's Jey Uso. I can tell by his mouth. And his grin. That's Jey Uso. Jey Uso, that's the only way I can tell them apart. Is Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso, they have different mouths. They look identical in the face, but their mouths, their teeth, something about it, just you can tell them apart. That's Jey Uso. And that's Jimmy Uso. At the end. Okay. Tamina, okay, she still looks the same. Damn, she kind of looked like that the last time we saw her, right? Well, the last time we saw her was what, 2020, 2021 during the COVID era when she was fighting for the tag team championships with Natty. I think that was the last time we saw her. I don't think that was, when was the last time she had a match? When was the last time Tamina was on WWE TV? Tamina Snuka's last WWE television appearance was on the March 3rd, 2023 taping on WWE Main Event, where she lost a single match submission. Okay. So, I'm trying to figure out what happened. I think she retired, to be honest with you. I think she officially retired, but I guess it's just a hidden thing that not everyone knows. But I'm about to get off. I've talked enough. I talked for an hour and 15 minutes. This is your wrestling gossip. Of course, Frank, it was nice talking to you. Melissa. Who else was I talking to? Anthony. I know he said hello. Steven Chambers. It was nice talking. Spetty. It was nice talking. But yes, wrestling gossip. Will Chris Jericho. This new trademark. Is this for a WWE return, or is this basically an AEW thing that he's doing, basically? So we don't know. Again, they did state that he is one of the pillars of AEW, so this could be a trademark to that. Who knows? What else did we mention real fast? Just trying to remember. Do a quick recap. Tamina, basically, is she retired? I think she is. Roman Reigns clearly is the bigger star than CM Punk. Threw a lot of shade, but did speak the truth. The TNA situation, very sad what happened with Steve, the Mike Santana. How are they going to handle the situation? Because basically, if we have a Mike Santana feeling sorry for Steve on X and being all sympathetic, how are they going to put that in the TNA storyline? Again, allegedly, he wanted to kill him. He wanted to do all this to him. He wanted to beat his ass. But now, after he gets injured, he feels so sorry for him. So are they going to put that in the storyline, or are they going to ignore what he said? Again, sometimes I do think TNA does mention online social medias and what people posted. So again, if this is something that they also incorporate in their storylines, how are they going to add his sympathetic tweets about Steve's injury in this storyline? Again, did he have a change of heart? Referee, her commitment to doing her job and her doing great. I do want to commend her. What is her name? Elise Lane stopped the match. So congratulations on Elise Lane for being spot on. She recognized an injury. So I did want to give her full name. I didn't want to just say that referee and not give her the proper recognition. So again, I'm going to sound negative. I'm just like, it just was just so many people were tweeting about it. It just was like, oh my God, did someone have a heart attack? Like, what happened? That they're all like, oh my God, she's such a sweetheart, she's such an angel. And then when I saw it, I'm like, oh, okay, she stopped an injury during the match. Okay, she was doing her job. Oh, okay. Like, just the way, like, everyone was just tweeting about it and just giving all these tributes, it just was like, I thought something more happens, you know, that it took all these tributes to her. But again, she does deserve the recognition. But I'll be live again twice next week for a live review and a gossip session. I think I'm doing WWE. That's what I'm thinking. I think I'm doing WWE. Maybe I'm doing Friday Night SmackDown. I think that's what I'm doing. I think I did Monday Night Raw the last time, so I think it's Friday Night SmackDown, or is it NXT? I'm not sure. But I'll let you guys know. Happy Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I'm going to enjoy this little bit of weather, so I hope you guys remain safe. Going to have a Caesar salad tonight. Yes, with some salmon. I'm excited. A little bit of croutons. My Parmesan cheese. I love me a good salad. I'm sorry. I get very excited. So, yes, I can't wait to have my Caesar salad. But, okay, I'm done, YouTube. This is Marquelworld. I'm on X, Blue Sky, TikTok, Instagram, Marquelworld, Pro Wrestling TEA, Facebook group I created, post wrestling news and other things. You guys can post. It's a group. It's not a page. It's a group, so everyone can post. But I'm done. Thank you for the support as usual. Thank you. Those that watch the replay, thank you. But I'm done now. This is Marquelworld. All things pro wrestling news, my life.